Hello everyone, Jobexi here, and welcome to Let's Play the Talos Principle. I don't recall whether it said there was a star here or not. There are hidden dangers in this new world. I've inexplicably escaped death any number of times. I suggest vigilance. Who knows what happens to those who step carelessly too often? Huh. Interesting. So hinting perhaps that you may not have infinite numbers of lives. Alright, let's take a look at this. The third wheel. Let's see if we can... Is there anything up there for me to connect it to? No. We're just drawing increasingly acute triangles. No big deal. So far, the difficulty levels have been appropriately labeled. So that was by far the easiest yellow puzzle I've solved. Does that say cube? I guess I'll say it again here. Cube. Road of Death. Okay, that's a bomb. I'm gonna jam that bomb so I can get the cube. Can't climb while doing anything. Anything back here, over here? I'll jam one of those. Just gonna go up here and see what I'm dealing with. What's this? Oh. What's this say? Epitaph. Child program 7.2. Codename start terminated here. Logic program timed out. Final memory dump. But only I was stuck. What was I supposed to? I see clouds. Progeny programs were the Samsara V72.2 series. It's cool that they placed the epitaph in a spot where you would get stuck. Oh, okay, so that didn't work. Okay, endless sand. Just like somebody else mentioned. Well, can I put this up here like this? And can I take it with me? Because then I could just do this. There we go. Alright, looks like I've gone far enough to unlock fan.
Cease! In the time of your ancestors, there were those who did not choose the path of faith. You do not need to fear their ghosts. Fear only that you may become like them.
I will be afraid of no such thing. but I appreciate the opportunity. That was terrifying, though. So, hey, bit unnerving. Over the fence. I'm actually not sure what that was about. If you want to leave some comments, let me know what you think that was all about. I'm glad to hear them. But yikes. I imagine you can get stuck back here if you didn't bring that second cube with you. Let's jam this. Oh. That's it. That's it? What? And the sand. In the beginning was the words, and the words make the world. I am the words. Beep boop. Boop beep. Boop beep. Beep boop. Boop boop. Beep beep boop boop bop. Beep boop boop bop. Beep 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 boop boop. Hello again, I've been checking your responses against library archives, and in order to assist you further, I need some additional information. Can you tell me what is to you the important difference between a pebble and a tree? I don't understand where this question is going. Sure. Pebble is older. Probably true, but hardly related to our inquiry. The answer I was looking for was that the tree is alive. Now, what is the relevant difference between a tree and a frog? I suppose you could say that a frog is conscious. Getting somewhere is trying to be harder. What's the difference between a frog and you? What makes you a person? Nothing important. Frogs are people, too. Well, it's not inconsistent with what you said earlier. How about we strike a deal? I'll agree that animals are every bit as valuable or pointless as human beings. You agree that there's some activities persons are capable of that frogs are not. Because if frogs are people, then the certification program is radically unfit for purpose. I agree that there are some activities persons are capable of that frogs are not. Because if frogs are people, then the certification... But I believe the certification program is radically unfit for purpose. If you want administration privileges, you have to prove that you are in some way distinguishable from a lower amphibian. What I'd like to put to you is, the important difference between you and a frog is that you are rational, you're self-aware. This is what makes you a person. Let us take stock. I think we can tentatively conclude two things. 1, a person must be rational or self-aware, and 2, a person must be conscious. What I suggest we do to help resolve your problem is ask whether you are in fact those things. Are you aware of yourself? Can you rationalize your existence? Yes. I tend to agree with you, though your responses so far have been a little eccentric, and we're resigned to admit that you are right. The matter of whether or not you are conscious seems rather more elusive. What is consciousness in your opinion? Consciousness is what it's like to be me. That hardly answers the question. What is it in ordinary terms? Can I touch it? What is it made of? Consciousness is beyond the laws of physics. Interesting. You know, I really feel like we're making progress. We'll have you through that certification program in no time. In the meantime, I will mull over your proposal and notify you if I come to any conclusions. Alright, let's talk about mutation. The role of mutation in evolution is particularly fascinating. Mutation is essentially an error in the organism's central database. A variable gets changed, a piece of information is accidentally doubled or combined with another. Most of the time, the result is the equivalent of a bug, causing anything from minor problems to a complete system shutdown, i.e. death. But sometimes the new information is... Excuse me. Sometimes the new information is functional, giving the organism an advantage against the challenges it faces, in which case it has a much higher chance of being passed to the next generation. If you consider how unlikely a beneficial mutation is, and how long it takes for each such mutation to propagate, this process can give you an amazing insight into just how vast the genetic history of each living organism must necessarily be. It is intriguing to consider what a major role random errors have played in the evolution of life itself. The same process that has killed so many of us, often in horrific ways, is also responsible for our very existence. Very interesting. Alright, let's talk about evolution. Favorited by George Jameson. One of the common misunderstandings about evolution, sometimes accidentally promoted by people who should know better, is that it's an active process. Sometimes the term evolve is even applied to individual beings, as if some invisible force had driven them to suddenly change. But the truth is that individuals don't evolve. The term evolution describes a long-term process that can be observed in an entire population across time due to, for example, in response to an external threat or challenge. Excuse me. If an individual coincidentally has a trait that allows it to deal with a challenge more effectively than others, it is more likely to pass on that information to its descendants. That information gives them an advantage, so that over time they become the dominant model of that species. The individuals experience no significant genetic change during their lifetimes, but each of them is a part of the evolution of the species. If we're talking about an individual, you might use the word ascension rather than evolution. Talk about capacity. L capacity. Yeah, no worries. L is not only ridiculously fast, it also has a bazillion tons of space. Like, even while hosting a full copy of the archive, it'll totally be able to handle all your project's data needs. Assuming its output is as you suggested. I mean, at the worst case scenario would be like centuries. That should be enough, right? Right? Well, if 1995 was 16 million years ago, and this was really only built to handle centuries, we might be in some trouble. I'm not sure what to make of that. Is there anything on the other side? Any more computers? Computers? Oh. No compoopers over here? Nincompoops? Did I solve all the puzzles in this area? No, here's one. Something about a star. Sorb. Oof, we're cutting it close here. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Something, something, something lyrics. Jim Bob Poo. No. Okay, let's try something else. I think this is going to be less likely to work. Yeah, I need some altitude to get over these guys. Oh, no. I just need to be smart. Oh, maybe not. I mean, being smart would certainly help. Good. Alright, I'm going to see what we're dealing with here. This just seems really far. There's like no way. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, light does leave through the purple gate. What? Jinkies. Well, now I'm intrigued. Alright, we done here? Did I get everything that's listed here? I even got the only star that's listed here. Alright, alright, we're going back, folks. I'm gonna unlock the fan. Oh, that's not the fan then. See, they're taking me longer. That's good. They're getting harder. Fan is now available. Alright, I'm getting out of here because I want to, see if I can't solve the puzzle with the blue light. Very intriguing. Very intriguing to me. I think that was in number 7. Because I know there's gotta be a star behind there, and if there's not a star behind there, I don't know what it is, but it's gotta be a star. If it's not a star, it's gotta be something even more valuable than a star. Which I don't know what that would be. Because so far we've got green things, which I know what they're for. We've got yellow things, and I know what those are for. And then we've got red things, and I don't know what those are for. And then we've got stars, and I'm not exactly certain what those are for, except that I'm fairly certain they offer gray pieces, and I have absolutely no idea.
All. I know all. My power knows no bounds. And yet your will is free because you were made to be free. It is the very principle of your existence, without which the trials of this world would hold no meaning. To seek salvation must be your choice.
That's interesting. Now this is strange, bear with me. I don't get the sense that he's saying that the choice you have to make has to be salvation. I get the sense that he's saying that if you want salvation, you can only receive it by choosing. And that's kind of... Okay, well, I know where I'm going to get the blue. I bet it's in the one across from this, then. No. I don't know how that's going to work. And I find that very interesting because that's not a very common message. The notion that, you know, it has to be genuine, it has to be honest, otherwise it's not going to work. Thank you so very much for watching this episode of Let's Play the Talos Principle. If you like what you see, you can click this button right here to be taken to the playlist. You can click my name to be taken to my channel, where you can check out my other content, or you can click subscribe if you like what you see to be notified when I produce more excellent content. Thanks so very much for watching, and I will see you in the comments.